It's time for the Olney factor. We're outside Richland Memorial Hospital, RMH, within the city of Olney, the county of Richland, the state of Illinois, in which an incompetent individual who has been elected to the Olney City Council on Tuesday, April 7th by the incompetent voters will be representing the people of our city, and his name is Les Hamilton. This individual has very little history, governmental experience, knowledge, and his IQ is slim to none. In addition, he discriminates against people with disabilities, people who are forced to be and remain on Medicaid health care because of their disabilities and are subject to be on SSI, government cash assistance, Social Security, and other assistance because of individual voters such as himself, Les Hamilton, and former city clerk Belinda, Henton, and others within our community as well throughout the United States that just do not know how to vote, but they do know how to complain about people being on government assistance and blaming people with disabilities of not going to work and living off them, the taxpayers. What they fail to understand is, such as Les Hamilton and the former city clerk Belinda Henton, is that their grandparents, their mother and father, or even they themselves, along with others like them, are responsible for this problem. They elected Richard Nixon and U.S. senators and congressmen and other presidents and U.S. congressmen in the U.S. House of Representatives and U.S. Senate, along with governors and General Assembly, House of Representatives, and state senators who have written such legislation and enacted and passed such legislation that forces people with disabilities upon SSI and other government assistance in order to get Medicaid, health, and medical care. And to date, Obamacare, the affordable health care, is not Obamacare affordable health care. It's Medicaid. And last night at the Olney City Council meeting, while the mayor, Vaughn, was within the executive session with other council members going over resumes for a new city manager, Les Hamilton and Belinda Henton were running their mouths off, discriminating against me, which reflects upon each and every citizen who has a disability and who's forced to be on government assistance, accusing me of not wanting to go to work, me called not being employed, but they fail to understand they are the reason for this problem within our country is that people with disabilities have been forced upon SSI, Social Security, and government assistance in order to receive Medicaid, health care, insurance. Without that, people who are citizens of this country, such as myself, Brian General II, would die. I have epilepsy, and it requires medication. And if I didn't get that, I would die. And they just don't care. And in this country, private insurance companies will not provide health insurance coverage to individuals such as myself with pre-existing condition. Now, if I was employed with the government or elected official or government entity, no matter if I have a pre-existing condition or not, I will get health care coverage, but otherwise, within the general sector business, I am denied. So that's why individuals such as myself are forced upon Medicaid and government assistance programs, which Les Hamilton, Belinda, Henton, and all you voters are responsible for until the laws are rewritten to where I, Brian General II, and other individuals within America can finally go to work, be employed anywhere as we want, not be regulated due to our assets, our income, nothing. We have the same lifestyle without any regulations on us, where we can be able to pay state tax, federal tax, Social Security, retirement, and other taxes while paying into Medicaid as if it was Blue Cross Blue Shield, and based upon our income, we'll decide if we pay more, just as a person on Blue Cross Blue Shield, and we will not be regulated based upon how much we make or our position within society in the employment sector. But Les Hamilton and Belinda Henton does not understand that. They just think about themselves and others just like them. For example, Les Hamilton, who doesn't know nothing about government assistance, doesn't know nothing about budgeting or nothing, ran his mouth off last night with Belinda Henton, talking all about stuff they didn't know nothing about. The Social Security Administration will tell you this. A single individual is not allowed to have no more than $2,000 within a bank account on hand, and they're regulated and prohibited from having certain assets, property, and income, where any other person who doesn't have a disability is not regulated. And that ain't fair and right. I'm a citizen. I should be entitled to that as well. And he says it's on the website. Get into the website. It says, in Illinois State, the minimum wage for 2015 is $8.25 per hour. Each week total is $330 per week. Earned income for the year of 2015 in Illinois, an employee would have earned $17,160. 100% of the federal poverty level is $11,670 for 2015, which is less than $8.25 per hour minimum wage, $330 per week, and within a year income of 17,160 in the year 2015. Has and is mentioned in documentation from the Social Security Administration and Illinois Department of Health and Family Services, IDHFS, that can be found on the internet website. In order to be eligible for Medicaid, your income and assets must be below a certain level. Note, be below a certain level. If your income or assets are over the limit, you may be ineligible, or you may be personally responsible afford health insurance. Which means if you make too much income, you will lose the Medicaid. In addition, a single person isn't allowed to exceed the $2,000 income in the bank account and in hand, etc. A couple is regulated to $3,000. In addition, when the mayor was in executive session last night at the city council meeting on Monday, April 13, 2015, Les Hamilton, who's an employee at RMH, bragged within the ordinance about how he has and is going to use two persons who are employed at RMH, Richmond Memorial Hospital, right here, as you see, it's in the city of Olney, county of Richmond, state of Illinois, to perform his duties as city councilman, which the mayor and rest of the government body isn't aware about. At least they, as far as I think they're not, that he, Les Hamilton, said he intends to use two persons employed at RMH who are accountants to go over and do the finance concerning the city of Olney government budget. Which gets to the point. A person who's being elected to the city council is going illegally outside the governing body before, and saying he's going to do this before he's even called officially sworn in to the office to sit on city council, that he is going to, without the consent of the mayor and the council, to get advice and consent and use government body records and have two employees go over who are accountants at RMH, the city government budget, in order that he will use to represent the people. We can expect all kinds of illegal actions and conduct to come out of the city council. This will be the worst city council seated within Olney, Illinois, since I've lived here over the past 29 and a half years, since 1985. And you wonder why only 14%, a little over, of the voters within the city of Olney, Illinois, turned out at the polls to vote. And few of them voted for the council members on the ballot. Which one was Les Hamilton?